And welcome back to the JS Rock Reviews channel. It's been a while since I posted a video on this channel, but I decided to celebrate Halloween this year. I'd be going over my horror movie collection. So especially this October, I've been really trying to beef up my horror movie collection before I did this video. And now that I've gotten all my Amazon orders and stuff out of the way, I decided I'd make a video and show everyone my horror movie collection. I am a big horror movie fan. I think that horror movies are some of my favorite movies, and I've been collecting horror movies for probably about 6 or 7 years now, and this year I've really gotten a lot more horror movies, and I just wanted to show them off. So first is something I've already shown off on this channel and gone through, is the Universal Monsters Classic Collection with 30 films from the Universal Monster era, starting out with the Dracula films. That's Dracula, Dracula's Daughter, Son of Dracula, House of Frankenstein, House of Dracula, and Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. We have the 1943 Phantom of the Opera with Claude Rains as the Phantom. This one is the only one in this set that's in color. Then you have the Frankenstein series, which you have Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, Son of Frankenstein, Ghost of Frankenstein, Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman, House of Frankenstein, House of Dracula, and Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. The Creature from the Black Lagoon series, you have all 3 films from that: Creature from the Black Lagoon, Revenge of the Creature, and The Creature Walks Among Us. These aren't in 3D though. They were released in 3D on the Blu-ray, I believe, but they weren't in 3D on this set. You have the Invisible Man series, The Invisible Man Returns, The Invisible Woman, The Invisible Agent, Invisible Man's Revenge, and Abbott and Costello Meet the Invisible Man. The Wolfman films, Wolfman, Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman, House of Frankenstein, House of Dracula, Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein, Werewolf of London, and She-Wolf of London. And the Mummy Legacy Collection, The Mummy, The Mummy's Hand, The Mummy's Tomb, The Mummy's Ghost, The Mummy's Curse, and Abbott and Costello Meet the Mummy. So, yeah, this big box set here covers 30 films released between 1931 and 1955. I think this is probably some of the best money I've ever spent on movies. It was such a bargain. I know you can't get it at the bargain I got it for anymore. I got this entire huge set for $50. The retail price is $200. It's running right now. It's running more around $100. So I mean, if you can find this at anything reasonable for you, definitely pick this one up. It is so worth the money. Something to sort of go along with the classic monsters, I have the 2 Monster Mayhem, King Kong and Son of Kong from RKO Radio Pictures in the 1933 and 30. They both came out in 1933. Here's the DVD, and there's 2 discs with the movies on them. These are 2 more really good movies. I know people won't really talk about Son of Kong that much, but it's a very good movie. It's a very good sequel to King Kong. I have these organized sort of moving through the eras. So up next you have Psycho, one of my favorite films of all time. The suspense in this movie is so well built by Alfred Hitchcock, and so many famous scenes and characters and quotes from this movie. This is one of my favorite horror movies ever. And to go along with that, the Psycho 4 sequels, Psycho 2, Psycho 3, Psycho 4, and Bates Motel, all of these came out in the 80s or 1990. The one bad part about this collection is they fit all 4 films onto one disc, so there's no special features. The films are in a kind of lower quality to try to fit them all on the same disc, but if you just want to see these movies, and I do recommend you see Psycho 2 and 3, they are very well made movies. Up next is the Halloween series. Halloween, one of the greatest horror films of all time. I like this DVD personally. I think it has a lot of good special features, has a lot of trailers on it. It has behind the scenes gallery. It has a nice little documentary. But this is cool. It's very cheap. Halloween 2 and Halloween 3, a Universal double feature. I don't have any big box set of Halloween because I have all the films individually. So Halloween 2 and 3 on each individual discs. There's not much in the way of special features on these. I think maybe just a trailer on each. I'm not really sure. I can't remember what other special features. Halloween 4 and 5 on a 2-disc DiviMax Special Edition. These actually come with a lot of special features. There is commentaries on each of them. There's 2 documentaries. There's the theatrical trailers. There's some behind-the-scenes stuff. There's on part 4 there is a Comic-Con panel. Halloween 6, 7, and 8 on a 1-disc that's 2-sided. There's absolutely no special features on this, but this is probably the only way you'll be able to get these 3 films in a cheaper edition that doesn't cost you inordinate amounts of money. I also have the producer's cut of Halloween 6 on Blu-ray, but I don't have it with me right now. I'm at college, and that's the only one I didn't bring because I have it already saved in my computer with the digital copy that came along with it. But yeah, so I also have that. I actually think that's a better version than what's on this set, the theatrical version. I don't have either of the Rob Zombie movies. I've seen both of them. I enjoy both of them a lot more than some of the Halloween sequels. Up next, the first movie in this series is one of the greatest horror movies of all time. The sequels sort of moved away from that. I'm talking about the Alien series. I think the first Alien is probably the best mix of horror and sci-fi out there. Aliens is probably almost just as good. That one leans a lot more towards action. Alien 3 is also a very good movie. Alien Resurrection's not good at all. But this set, it has 4 discs. They each have their own disc. What I like about this set is when these films were released, they were each released on 2-disc DVDs. The first disc was the original version of the movie, and the second disc was the whatever alternate cut for the first one. It was the extended cut, not the director's cut. Ridley Scott feels that the original Alien is the director's cut. Aliens was a director's cut, as was Alien 3 and Alien Resurrection. For this film, for this set, they picked which one was chosen to be superior, and I actually completely agree. Alien, Alien 3, and Alien Resurrection are all their original version, but Aliens is the director's cut, which is it's an even better film. They add so much more back in, and I really enjoy the stuff they add back in. So yeah, I really enjoy this set. Next, getting into the Friday the 13th franchise, the 4 film favorites, the first 4 deluxe editions of Friday the 13th with Part 1 uncut, Part 2, Part 3, and Part 4, all the deluxe editions with tons of special features. It comes with a digital copy, which I already claimed, so don't even try looking at the code, and 2 pairs of 3D glasses for Part 3. I love all of these films. These are probably the best Friday the 13th films, along with one of the ones I'm going to talk about here in a minute. But if you just get one Friday the 13th set, get this. It's $10. It's worth the investment. These are some of the best horror films that there are. The first 4 Friday the 13ths are virtually flawless. One that is not flawless is Part 5, also the deluxe edition. I like this film. I like it a lot more than the stuff that came after Part 6. This is my favorite film. This is my least favorite film in the original 6, but I like it more than anything that came after it. So it's an okay movie. Part 6, this is one of my favorites in the series. I like it more than Part 5. I like it actually, probably it's in my top 3 of Friday the 13th movies. But yeah, this deluxe edition brings a lot of special features. Now we get into the really bad. This one's not as bad. Part 7, The New Blood. This one is okay. It's middle of the road for the Friday the 13th. They're going to get a lot worse. Another deluxe edition comes with a lot of special features. All the Paramount deluxe editions of Friday the 13th are definitely worth the investment. even if the movie's not that good, they put tons of special features on. There's deleted scenes so you can see the original version of the sleeping bag kill where Kane Hodder hits the girl against the tree. About 7 or 8 times you see blood flying everywhere. I think it's really cool. Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. I hate this movie. It's one of my least favorites in the series. It should be called Jason Takes a Boat. I know that's not an original thought. I've heard it everywhere else, but it's true. If he would have been in Manhattan for more than 1/5 of the movie, I would have enjoyed it a lot more because I think the parts in Manhattan are actually pretty cool. But all this stuff on the cruise ship is really boring. Now, the 2 worst in the series, in a 2-pack, Jason Goes to Hell and Jason X. These are actually pretty good DVD releases. The Jason Goes to Hell is the version with both the rated and unrated version, which I think is nice that they give you that. And Jason X also comes with a lot of special features, as does Jason Goes to Hell. These movies are trash. I mean, if you just want to see them as a completist, watch them, but they are not good films at all. I mean, New Line ruined Friday the 13th. I mean, it was getting pretty bad by the end of the Paramount stuff, but for a studio trying to revitalize the series, they just killed it even more. Now some Friday the 13th documentaries. We have His Name Was Jason, the 30 Years of Friday the 13th. This is a nice documentary. It's a shorter documentary, and it has tons of special features. It even comes with a poster of the cover, which I think is really cool. But yeah, this is a cool documentary. It's kind of short. It's hosted by Tom Savini. They film a lot of the cut scenes between the interviews at Universal Horror Nights with the Friday the 13th attraction. The documentary is a lot of interviews with different cast members and crew members throughout the entire series. It's not really running in any sort of order. It's just more of a general documentary. So I like this one, but not as much as the next one I'm going to talk about, which is Crystal Lake Memories. Holy crap, this is a great documentary. I mean, it's what? 400 minutes. That'd be 7 hours long. Like, honestly, that's amazing to have a 7-hour documentary about these movies, and most of that time is spent dedicated to the good ones. I mean, the first disc is the first 6 movies, and that's literally 2/3 of the documentary, and I think it's great. This goes in through each part of the series. Some of the interviews are rehashes from His Name Was Jason. They literally use some of the exact same interview clips, but I think they're still integrated very well into the rest of the interviews. So I think this is an amazing documentary. If you see any horror documentary, see this one. This is such a well-made documentary. Up next, Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2. 2 of my favorite horror films. Literally, the Evil Dead series, there's 4 movies in it. There's not a bad one in the series. These are the only 2 I own on DVD. I've seen all 4 of them. They're all great films. These are my 2 favorite. But yeah, it's 2 discs. I'm not sure what sort of bonus features are on it. I really haven't looked at them in a while of what sort of bonus features are on it. But these are 2 of the best horror films, and this DVD is actually, right now, it's very cheaply priced at a lot of stores, I noticed. So if you have not seen these movies, or if you don't own these movies, pick this up. They're definitely worth the investment. The next series that I'm going to show my collection of is the Nightmare on Elm Street series, the first set of the first 4. These are probably some of my favorites in the series. 1, 3, and all 4 of these I enjoy. 2 is probably my least favorite in this set. 3 is probably my favorite. I enjoyed the first one and the 4th one, but they're sort of in the middle. These are not necessarily loaded with special features, but they all come with a trailer. I think most of them come with a commentary. But this is a very cheaply priced set. You can get this for $10 just at Walmart usually, and it's all 4 movies. The only thing I don't like about it is the discs are stacked like this, and it annoys me. In a similar vein, you have Nightmare on Elm Street 5 through 8. You have Dream Child, Freddy's Dead, New Nightmare, and Freddy vs. Jason. I hate these two. These are 5 and 6 are trash. They're tried to be a lot more comedic than they did horror related, and I think it failed. New Nightmare revitalized the series. It's one of my favorites in the series, and I enjoyed Freddy vs. Jason for what it was. The ending with all, like, the last 20 minutes of Freddy vs. Jason is great with the whole battle. It was very well done. It did get a bit boring throughout the movie, but the last 20 minutes make up for it. Just if you just watch the last 20 minutes. From the same people that made the Crystal Lake Memories documentary, first they made Never Sleep Again, The Elm Street Legacy, which is a similarly made. It goes through all the series in order, and it is very well made. It's interviews with so many of the people that made the series, were actors. Even it has an interview with, like, Dokken, who wrote the song for Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3. I think this is an amazing documentary. Check this one out too if you enjoy the series, or if you've never seen the series, just to get a look behind it. This is a really good documentary to watch. Another good series from Wes Craven is Scream, and this I just picked up recently. I had seen all the Scream films. I'd never owned any of them. I still don't own the 4th one. I would like to get that one because that's... I think that Scream never made a truly bad movie. 3 was definitely subpar, but 4 picked it back up again. They're all very well-made movies. I mean, Wes Craven directed all 4 of them. It's the only series that he's directed every single one. But yeah, they all come with a lot of bonus features. But yeah, very good movies. I think they're great. Another series that I just recently started looking into is the Saw series. I've heard mixed things about Saw and the many, many sequels, with Jigsaw just coming out a couple weeks ago. I haven't seen that one yet, but I've been looking through this series. I think that the packaging is pretty cool. It's 4 discs with 7 movies, so each disc after disc 1 has 2 movies on it. Disc 1 only has the original Saw. But yeah, this is actually very cheap. You can get this set, 7 movies, for $7.50 at Walmart. I mean, why would you not? The second to last set I have is a sort of a mixed bag of stuff from MGM. They just sort of threw a bunch of horror films together. You got the 2005 remake of Amityville Horror, the original Child's Play, the original Last House on the Left with Wes Craven and Sean Cunningham, and Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. I mainly picked this up for Child's Play and Texas Chainsaw 2 because I love both of those movies. I know Child's Play is a classic. A lot of people look over Texas Chainsaw 2. I think it's a hilarious movie. I mean, it's nowhere near as good as the original film is, but it's a hilarious movie for what it is, and definitely more people should see it. And I'd also heard a lot of good things about the remake of Amityville Horror. I've heard it was even better than the original. And the last set that I just got recently is all the Chucky sequels, Child's Play 2, 3, Bride of Chucky, and Seed of Chucky. I still haven't picked up Curse or Cult, the brand new one. But yeah, I've been looking into these movies a lot more lately. I think they're funny for what they are. I love 2 and I love Bride. 3's okay, and Seed is not really that good. But yeah, so that is my horror collection. I definitely own a lot of horror movies here, as you can see. I've watched almost all of them. There's only a few that I have yet to watch. But yeah, if you have any comments or things I should pick up next, or things that you think I should see that I maybe haven't seen, let me know in the comments. Leave a like, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys next time. I think I'm going to be doing a list of the worst to best Friday the 13th movies, because that's my favorite horror series. I've already done Halloween, and I might do Nightmare on Elm Street, but I basically discussed that in this video of my rankings, so I don't know if I'll do that or not. But yeah, I'll be looking around to see some horror lists. My main point of this channel is for rock reviews. I have not been doing a lot of those lately. I might start getting back to that, I don't know. This was just sort of an off-the-cuff thing now that I got all the horror movies that I've been waiting for. So yeah, Thanks for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video.